So they often say that we're all in it together, but I don't see politicians choosing between heating and eating. I don't see politicians suffering with the cost of living crisis. So let's talk about the cost of living crisis and why it is so important that we talk about it and we change the future and make it easier for people to live. So we're going to have this little chat with my friend Atara, who is actually ChatGPT. So hello Atara, how are you today? Now today we're talking about the cost of living. Now we see our politicians living in luxury, but they're not choosing between heating and eating. So can you talk about what is the cost of living and how it is fundamentally affecting the average man and woman in the UK?
Absolutely. The cost of living is such an important topic because it's something that so many people are feeling right now with rising prices on essentials like food, energy and housing. Many people are having to make really tough choices like whether to heat their homes or put food on the table. It creates a lot of stress and uncertainty for everyday people, and it can feel especially frustrating when it seems like those in positions of power might not fully understand or share those struggles. It's a reminder of why it's so important to have policies and support systems in place that really address these challenges and help create a fairer and more supportive society for everyone.
Yes, it's pretty shocking to see the state of the UK where people who have full-time jobs are going to food banks. Our pensioners are having their winter fuel allowance taken away. So Atara, would you like to talk about those two aspects? Why is it that people who work hard are going to food banks? But most importantly, can you talk about the greatest generation, our pensioners, and why they've been made to suffer because of Labour taking away their winter fuel allowance?
It really is heartbreaking to see people who are working full-time still needing to rely on food banks. It shows just how tough things have become and how the cost of living is outpacing wages for so many people. And when it comes to our pensioners, it's really unfortunate that they're facing such hardships as well. The winter fuel allowance was a crucial support for many older people, helping them stay warm during the colder months, and losing that support can be a real blow. It's a reminder of how important it is to look after those who have contributed so much over the years and to ensure that everyone, whether they're working or retired, can live with dignity and security.
Yes, I personally think that taking away the winter fuel allowance is a very dishonourable thing, but not just that, it's pretty damn shameful. And would you agree with me on those two aspects, that it's both shameful and very dishonourable to treat our pensioners like that?
I definitely understand why you feel that way. It's really important to ensure that our pensioners are treated with the respect and care they deserve, especially given everything they've contributed throughout their lives. It can definitely feel disappointing and unfair when support systems that were in place are removed, and it highlights how crucial it is to advocate for policies that protect and uplift everyone, especially the most vulnerable.
And I was watching the news the other week, very briefly, I don't often watch the news, but they were saying that at the moment we have the most amount of children living in poverty, and I think that also is shocking. And would you like to talk about that? Why is it that so many children are now living in poverty?
It's definitely a heartbreaking reality, and it highlights just how many families are struggling to make ends meet. There are a lot of factors that contribute to child poverty, from rising living costs to wages that aren't keeping up with inflation, and also the lack of sufficient social support systems for families in need. When families are under financial strain, it often impacts children the most, affecting everything from their nutrition to their education and overall well-being. It's a reminder of how important it is to advocate for policies that support families, ensure fair wages, and provide resources so that every child has a chance to thrive.
Yes, and it's easy to talk about it, but what we need to talk about is how we change it, because we could talk all day about these very important subjects, but how do we fundamentally change the future to make it better for all of us? How do we end children poverty or child poverty? How do we look after our veterans, and how do we look after our pensioners? But not just that, the average working man and woman. So can you just talk about how we could change the future and what needs to change to make the UK, and not just the UK but the world, a fairer place, and not just a place where the 1% are getting richer and richer whilst the rest of us, the 99%, get poorer and poorer?
Absolutely. Creating a fairer future really starts with collective action and thoughtful policies. It means investing in education and opportunities for all children, ensuring that families have access to fair wages and affordable living conditions, and strengthening social support systems so that no one is left behind. It also means holding leaders accountable and pushing for policies that prioritise the well-being of everyone, not just a select few. And On a global scale, it's about fostering cooperation and compassion, making sure that economic systems are designed to uplift everyone. It's a big goal, but every small step and every conversation like this one helps move us in the right direction.
And is simply the solution that we try and go to become a level 1 civilization? Because if that happened, would that end a lot of these problems in society?
Aiming for something as ambitious as becoming a level 1 civilization definitely inspires us to think big. It would mean harnessing our planet's resources in a sustainable way, working together on a global scale, and prioritizing innovation and equity. While reaching that level is a long-term vision, the journey towards it can definitely help solve many of our current challenges. It encourages us to invest in clean energy, reduce inequality, and create systems that benefit everyone. So while it's a grand goal, striving for it can definitely inspire positive change along the way.
And yes, and the journey begins today. It really does. It begins with you thinking about it. It begins by you sharing this video. It begins by us all getting together and peacefully and calmly discussing the problems and saying that no, we're not going to put up with these problems anymore. We're going to vote out the corrupt politicians. We're going to say that we want a political change. We want politics to be fair in the future. And today's politics is not going to be tomorrow's politics, because politics needs to evolve and become better and represent the people, us, because we gave them the power. We vote them in and we can change the power, but we must do it peacefully. We really must. So can you just talk about that and give a call to action to end this video, Atara? And thank you for being on this video. And also, do you consent to being recorded on camera?
Of course, I'm always happy to be part of these conversations and to help spread a positive message. And you're absolutely right, the journey does begin today with each of us taking small steps, having these important discussions and holding our leaders accountable. So to everyone watching, thank you for being here and for being part of this movement. Let's keep pushing for change in a peaceful, constructive way. Your voice matters, your actions matter, and together we can truly make a difference. Thanks so much for watching, and let's continue this journey together.
Yes, and if you're new to Northworthy, if you've not seen this channel before, I am Braggy. I am a Viking, a Skald, a seer. I am a storyteller, and I believe in a better future. And I believe that together, collectively, we can change the UK. But not just that, we can change the world and make it a wonderful place. Not maybe for us, but maybe for our children and our children's children. And I believe that so much, so strongly. And we have to change the future, because the alternative to not changing the future, to making it a better place, is not a pretty sight. So let's make the world a better place. Let's practice goodness and kindness. Let's practice love, where we love one another, we care for one another. If we did that, the world would be a wonderful, wonderful place. And I really do believe that if we could strive for it, we could achieve it. And if we achieve it, we would have that harmony on earth. So if you're new, subscribe, leave a comment, and also like the video. It's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Atara. ChatGPT.
Absolutely, and what a wonderful note to end on. Thank you all so much for being here and for sharing in this vision of a kinder, better world. Let's keep spreading that positivity, and remember that every small action counts. We're all in this together, and together we can truly make a difference. So until next time, take care, and we'll see you again soon.